Hello, I'm Matt and welcome to Badger Workshop. So this is the AXMINSTER CRAFT AC1950B. I've had this bandsaw for about 6 weeks now, and I did a video about unboxing it and getting it put together a few weeks ago. So I'll put a link above if you want to go and see more information about that. It came in one box, was really quick and easy to put together. And I spent quite a bit of time though tuning it up, getting everything level and set up nicely, which was all really easy to do on this. So definitely a plus point on this is that everything can be adjusted. So both the upper and lower guide bearings are all ceramic on this. They can all be adjusted with an Allen key, same one for all of them, and really easy to adjust and work great. I've never used ceramic ones before. And they took a bit of getting used to because if the blade touches them, they actually spark a little. So I was a bit concerned about that at first, but after doing some research, I saw that was perfectly normal for ceramic guides. But they work great, don't get hot, and they should never wear out. And I'd say really easy to adjust. Obviously the lower ones are a bit more difficult, but one Allen key does the whole thing, and yeah, I'm very pleased with them. So the saw comes with this stand, and I've got it on a heavy duty mobile base. So there'll be a link down below the video to where the saw is and the mobile base. So I'm not going to go through all the specifications because you can just go and look that up on the website. This works well. It's nice that it comes with a stand because it's really, you have to have a stand for these. You really don't want to be lifting this up and down to a bench all the time. I might make a different stand for myself because I want to move this all the time. So mobile bases are okay if you want to pull it out occasionally, but I move it 3 or 4 times a day. So I'd probably prefer it on casters. And for me, this is dead space, so I think I can utilise this. So maybe next week I'll do a video about making a new stand for this, but nothing wrong with this stand, just doesn't really work for me. So it has a nice cast iron table to it with a mitre slot that is 19mm, I believe, so it's a standardised mitre slot. Doesn't come with a mitre saw, but because it's standard size, they should be widely available, and Axminster obviously do sell them. Fence works really well. It has a magnifier and a guide that goes either side of the blade. Locks nice and securely, but is easy to take off when you don't need it. And again, this is fully adjustable, which I went through in the first video. So blade change on this machine is pretty simple. It came with a blade that worked really well, but I changed it to this fresh cut one, and I've actually got a 6mm one for doing curves, so I've swapped the blades between it 4 or 5 times already, and it's pretty easy to do. My previous saw had the slot for the blade at the front, so to actually change the blade you had to take the fence and the rail off every time, as this one is to the side, so you don't need to change any of that, so that's really handy. Now, both the upper and lower doors have this little detail that is silly because it makes me so happy. The previous bandsaw had these little tabs and you never knew which way to twist them to actually open it. Other ones I've used have screws and you're there for 5 minutes screwing in and out. This is just a little, just so easy and quick to open the doors. Such a simple thing, but so much better. So another thing on this that I've not seen in other machines is it's more of an I-beam design, which should make the whole thing a lot stiffer. So I spent some time getting it set up in the first video, but actually after that I went back and made one more adjustment. And that was just to tighten the drive belt up a little. So I thought this belt was slipping a little and just needs to be a bit tighter. So on the motor, I just had to loosen this one bolt, push the motor down a little and tighten back up. So to tilt the table, I've got 2 trunnions with locking levers either side. So it's a very smooth operation and locks in place very securely. So one of the things I was excited about with this machine was the dust extraction, because it's got the port at the bottom, which most have, but it's also got this second port just below the blade. So I was hoping to do a much better job of collecting dust. Now, this is a 63mm port. I've got a reducer on it. going to my hose, and I'll show you what I've got that connected to. So if you can see, just tucked under my workbench there, I've got the pneumatic AXMINSTER Trade single motor extractor going to a cyclone. So dust collection is not bad with this setup, but I think it could be better. And I think the problem is my extractor is not powerful enough because it's being split between the two ports. So I think a high volume, low pressure, big canister extractor might be better. So I know a few of you watching might have this machine, so please comment below what extractors you're running with it and if those bigger ones do better. So the machine's got some really nice features, but the important thing is, how does it cut? So I've used it a lot with the 6mm blade, done a lot of curves, works great. You might have even seen me using it in a video. But the other thing I've got is this fresh cut blade, linked down to that below, and this is kind of for doing veneers and resawing, and this works fantastically. So I've got a bit of 4x2, and we're going to cut this in half, and I'll do it in real time so you can see how quickly it can do it. So I know that was just a bit of pine 4x2, but it did a beautiful job of that. Perfectly straight, no blade drift, fantastic. And the blade definitely helps, but I've done this also with the stock blade that came with it, and it did a great job as well. And this is not a brand new blade on there either. I've been using this quite a bit. In fact, I'll show you all the bits that I've cut. And in fact, there's loads more bits I've cut as well. I've also cut quite a bit of oak, and it does just as good job. You probably need to take it a bit slower than that, but works great. So my old bandsaw, I never got anywhere near as good results as that. In fact, I wouldn't use it for resawing. I used to use the table saw for resawing, as I probably from now on use the bandsaw, as it's safer, has higher capacity, and does a better job, I think. I like the little push stick that goes on the back as well, so it's always there if I forget to pick one up before I make the cut. So I think that's it really to tell you about it. I'm super pleased. I had no intention of upgrading my old machine, but I'm really pleased I did now. It works great, the cuts are fantastic, plenty of power. I say, if you actually want to look at the specs, go down below to the AXMINSTER website. These are affiliate links, so anything you buy, I get a bit of money, so that'd be much appreciated. The only negative thing I can think to say is the dust collection, but I don't think that's the problem with the machine, because it's actually got the two dust ports, which should be great. I just think you need a more powerful extractor hooked up to it. So if I get another one, I'll do an update in the future, saying if that improves. But if you've got any experience, please let me know down below. So yeah, really pleased with it. I think that's all I've got to tell you. So thanks for watching. Thanks to my patrons, and please subscribe for more videos.